point I want you to take away from this is that as soon as that article was published, it was as if I had made it. An established press piece was written about me, and all of a sudden my work became legitimate. So this was a story from once I had taken over as CEO. Inc. wrote an article about me saying this 24-year-old took over her father's company and isn't slowing down. And it was something like an inspiring story about how this millennial took on the responsibility of a multi-million-dollar company and blah, 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 blah. So that article, once it went out, actually became the second most shared article on Inc. that day. So it went soft viral. And the reason why is because at that time, a lot of the press, one of the trends that people were talking about is how millennials are a waste of time. Like, millennials will never amount to anything and they are the doom of the future of society. That was like the topic of conversation, because they just didn't know how to handle this new generation that operated very differently from previous generations. The fact that a millennial took responsibility was this head-turning title, and then people kept sharing it because they thought it was interesting, and I had this concept about how baby boomers and millennials are very similar. They just use different vernacular. Anyways, so after that story went out, I can remember I shared it on my Facebook page and I got all these likes and comments, and it was really great. And my songwriting teacher from college actually commented. He was the head of the pop program at Thornton School of Music at USC. I went to USC, and he replied, I said, "I'm sorry I'm not writing songs anymore like you taught me, but I'm taking what you taught me and I'm applying it now to emails and campaigns and marketing collateral." And his reply is, "I couldn't be more proud. This is even better than winning a Grammy." And I never forgot that comment, because obviously winning a Grammy is like the highest form of like respect as a musician, and to say, yes, we honor what you've created. And an Inc. article I didn't think was anywhere near that. But the fact that he said that left an impression on me so many years later, to realize that having an article in a prestigious publication adds so much credibility. And because of that quote, I used that article everywhere. So think of all of the press pieces that you've gotten. How do you reutilize them so that they can live with you forever? So for instance, on my Twitter page, if you go to twitter.com/Amanda Holmes, the pinned tweet there right now at the recording of this is, my article was second most shared article of the day on Inc. Check it out. And it's that Inc. article. And I've left that there for years, maybe 6 years. It's been up there because it just adds credibility, and it's some place where people can hear my story and I don't have to tell it, because it's even more powerful that Inc. is telling my story. Then I use that article and it's in my decks, my sales decks, to just show that I'm reputable. Then I use it in my keynotes. I'll have pictures of it in my keynotes. I'll also, on LinkedIn, I use that as a blog post that I wrote. So it stays on my profile. No matter what I post, it stays there forever, so people can keep referring back to that article. I also have it in different things in Instagram. So what I'm trying to say is, have you had a great piece written about you, or that you've won an award? And how do you repurpose that over and over again? Like, a lot of the time, marketing will have a folder full of all of these great press pieces or awards, and yet the sales department has no idea about them, or they never even use them at all. It's just sitting in this random folder that nobody else knows about. So make sure that everyone in your organization has those pieces that can be repurposed, and then find clever and inventive ways to reutilize it over and over and over again. So my homework for you, or a good exercise for you to do, is, when was the last time that you had a press piece written about you, or had an award, or someone said something impressive about you? And go find that, if you can, today, and find, where's 2 other places where I could utilize it. Just even on your LinkedIn. Can you put it on your LinkedIn profile as one of those saved articles? Until next time. Make sure to get your copy, or copies, at theultimatesalesmachine.com. There's a lot of special bonuses that you can't get going to Amazon, so make sure you check it out at ultimatesalesmachine.com.